and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? These strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I've got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
Oh, you know we need them. Yeah, we need those strategies for living. So are you ready? Are you ready for your daily dose of radio rehab?
You know, I thought I was ready.
Yeah, and then look what the cat drug in.
You better. You've got the cat muted.
Oh my goodness.
Jay Murrell.
It's so good to be back.
Been missing you.
Been missing y'all.
Yeah. So let me do the introductions. I'm Dr. David McMillan. She is psychotherapist, LPC Lauren Leon McMillan. He is psychotherapist, PLPC, Jay Murrell. How does that feel?
It feels good. And again, Lauren, congratulations for dropping the P.
Yeah. Scraped it off.
Provisional.
Yeah.
Now you're L.
We're traveling around. I kept the P. It's in our car.
It's in the car.
Yeah, it's in the car.
Oh, yeah?
Dashboard.
We wanted to
Stuck
keep the
Oh,
P.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Oh, but you've been absent for a little while. I'm glad you're here. I know you've been busy.
I have.
And I know you're doing a lot of good work. And Pintail Roofing is up and going, so don't think that we don't still show up. I've got 2 people in my business that do a really good job with it day to day, but the fact is that my purpose and my heart is in counseling, and and I'm doing a lot of it and running a group 3 nights a week. And, fantastic.
Yep, it's great. And they keep coming back. It's even growing. We went from about an average of 4 a night. We're up to anywhere to 15 a night.
That's great, Jay.
Minimum
That's
10 or 11.
You recently posted something on Facebook that got my attention, and it was, and I want us to focus on it a bit today, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Because it was not things that you need to learn, but things that we need to unlearn.
Ooh, isn't that a lot of life?
That's it really is, but it truly got my attention. So can we talk about that today?
Let's do it. That's great.
Folks, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here with us, and we appreciate all of our sponsors who make it possible. The Robinson Film Center, Azalea Cleaners, Pintail Roofing,
Roof.
Restore Healing, Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Muffy, SRT Sales Training, Uprising Addiction Center, and Mira Direct Primary Care. Go see Dr. Flowers. Back in a moment. Things we need to unlearn today. Your own strategies for living.
Tune in daily, find the light. Healthy mind and spirits bright. Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul alive. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio rehab every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio rehab. Lift you up when skies seem drab. Mind and body, spirits free. Living life in harmony.
Welcome into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, Jay Murrell, David McMillan. We often think of, the things that we need to learn in life, but how often do we think of the things that we need to unlearn? in life. And this really, when you posted this, Jay, and I don't know if you may not have a reference for it or where you got it. When we get stuff on social media, if something grabs our attention, we just
I have a buddy that posts some really good stuff, and I steal it.
There you go.
We all need such a buddy.
Yeah, we do. His name's Lloyd. He's great.
Hey, Lloyd, thank you keep up the good work. Keep feeding Jay, and we'll keep making shows out
we'll
of
turn it into radio.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lord, there's no talent fee.
Oh, so the first one really got my attention.
I was just going to say that this is so often actually what we encounter and what we work on. I think, Jay, you probably have found this in the counseling room. It's more about unlearning than it is about learning.
Old behaviors, what's dragging you down.
Yeah.
The shadow knows.
And I think that's especially true, and that's true in all aspects of counseling. You do a lot of addictive work, addiction counseling
Uprising.
work.
Yeah.
And so
did we mention how awesome they are?
we did. Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
Okay.
And you just did, and we'll underscore that.
Yeah.
But the very first thing on the list got my attention, and the rest of them are equally as good. But the first one is that more control creates more stability.
Ooh.
I mean, we think
It can feel like safety.
Yeah.
I think especially when it's become our coping skill. It's taught us that unpredictability is dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But really, I hate to burst people's bubbles, but there's really not a whole lot we can control.
I was going to say the pursuit of control
Yeah.
in itself is a fool's errand.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well said. Yeah.
Lauren and I were visiting earlier this week with a young man who his idea, and this young man has come a long way, but his idea of his problems are that they belong to everybody else.
Right. Blame, right?
And there's a lot of that. And so, we had a recent conversation with him about, look, where is the center of control? I don't think he's buying into what we're telling him 100%, but at least we're chipping away at it. And, the thing that we talked with him about earlier in the week is, you can't control all these other people that you're pointing fingers out to.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control what they do and what they don't do.
And so
People don't behave.
Well, and
Yeah.
so you're just giving away energy and power that is yours.
Mostly power.
Yeah.
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 And so the more control creates more stability. We need to unlearn that. Letting go means losing something. Whoa.
Quite the contrary.
Au contraire.
Right? I mean, so often, this kind of reminds me of forgiveness work,
Yeah.
right? I mean, because what is forgiveness ultimately but making the decision to let go of something,
Yeah.
right? And so more often than not, in the process of letting go, releasing, deciding to put something down, you're actually making space for something better to come into your life.
But it's scary. It is so scary.
Oh my gosh.
Because, and Jay, I know you encounter this probably a lot with your work at Uprising and the other places you're helping people. But people who have made booze, marijuana,
Whatever substance.
Percocet, whatever they're doing, they've made that their hero, their escape, if you will. And so it feels very scary to let go
That's
of
their
that.
best friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it requires the process of grief, which again, I think is something we don't talk enough about.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you another, and I'm going to quote roughly from page 449 of the big book of Alcoholics
Look at
Anonymous.
you.
But I don't have it in front of me.
Let's not
Okay.
be exact.
Third
though.
edition.
I'm gonna go open it up.
Okay,
and
you
check
ready?
it. Yeah,
Ready.
yes.
Acceptance is the answer to all of my difficulties. When I accept some person, place, or thing, some reality in my life as being exactly the way it's supposed to be, that I can't control it, and then when I accept that and let go of it, things get lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Acceptance is the answer to all my difficulties.
I love it. I love it. I also love that you've got it all memorized.
Yeah,
it,
guess
yeah.
why? Because
Yeah. Well,
because it's been a problem for me.
yeah.
You know,
Well, that's what we learn. That's how we teach best.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's part of what we're here to do, to make our own individual wounds our wings, and to really
can I steal that?
sure
Make
yeah.
your individual
Your
wounds
wounds,
your
your
wings.
wings.
Isn't that great?
Well, I think it's really true. I mean,
yeah. I think that's why we're given them.
I agree. I think, okay, this is kind of semi-biblical. You know, our challenges are an offer from our higher power, whatever you decide
Yeah.
to choose. I'm Christian. It is those challenges are an opportunity for growth, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Most definitely. Your future must resemble your past.
God, I
That's
hope
something,
not. I hope
that's
not.
something we need to unlearn. Our future must resemble your past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, this makes sense on a neurological level, right? I mean, because our brain is predictive, and
Yeah.
it's a pattern seeker, right? And so it becomes and we become comfortable in those habits and
Yeah.
those patterns, but it doesn't have to be.
Well,
And I hope it's not the case if we want to truly grow and evolve.
When you
But
just
that's scary, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's terrifying. It can be.
yeah.
For sure. But I often think, and this is kind of a tip of the hat to Jung, right, that what scares us, you know, if you take the word scared and you move the C a few letters, it becomes sacred. What scares you is,
Ain't she
is
smart?
sacred.
She sure is. How'd you find her?
Well, just lucky, I
Yeah,
guess.
you are. I'll go with that. No, I mean, Guy Young's got so much good stuff.
Yeah, well, I think his is something along the lines of, you know, whatever you're most afraid of, there lies your next task. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea.
I like it.
Yeah.
That becoming softer makes you less powerful. Whoa, that's something we need to unlearn.
Especially us guys.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm afraid
You know,
you're
I'm
right.
not showing any feeling. I can cry. Hell, I can't cry.
I
Yeah,
think
can.
I think
Not gonna do
I'm
it.
not gonna cry in front of you.
I think women too. I think we've become
You know, I think women are. I think in this society, in this culture, especially of the
Exactly.
last
the
30
society
years,
at
where
large.
yeah, we've almost taken womanhood away from.
Women.
Oh, we
feminine.
totally have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, stage 1, 2, 3 feminism has really, in my opinion, screwed up the culture.
Yeah.
And it's hurt women the most.
Did I get up on my soapbox there? Or
No,
what?
I liked
Yeah.
it.
I'm all for female power, but I think on both sides, and we each, all of us, whether we identify as male or female, we contain within us male and female energies,
Yeah.
right?
I agree.
And so I think on both sides there's become an imbalance
Mm-hmm.
and a toxicity level. A wounding
Right,
is what
right.
I want. Not toxic. It's wounding.
It's a wounding.
It's a
yeah.
wounding on both sides. And I think to a degree, I think what you're seeing, Jay, in the feminine movement, feminism, can sometimes be trying to fit into and compare and become men almost.
Kind of trying
I
to
agree.
cram a round peg into a square hole.
And femininity offers, in both sexes, offers great power and sacredness of a balance and softness is one of them.
Yeah.
one of those things, that qualities that we have yet to embrace.
I gotta be real careful here.
Okay,
Lauren.
Yeah.
I hear you. That's great. So real quick,
I was
open,
thinking
Jay.
about me
I mean-
saying
that's
round
Lauren,
peg into
I
a
think
square hole.
That's really a cogent argument, and I think it's made some really good points. So I come on my mother's side from a family of feminists from almost the 19th century. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the women in my family ran companies, worked.
They did
online,
things that women back in their day
didn't
did not do. Yeah.
and
OJ's Beauty Lotion?
ran a
Whoa.
company, ran the plant, the bottling line, dealt with men all the time.
I'll never forget the first time I'm in A&P stocking OJ Beauty Lotion, and I must have been like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And I was given the task of, okay, go over to Health and Beauty and,
Yeah.
front the things. And I'm over there doing my thing. And so I'm fronting OJ Beauty Lotion, and it's something just caught my eye, and I picked it up and saw Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah,
It just blew me away.
I know.
Yeah, because we sold a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was cool growing up with that.
I bet.
Yeah.
But those women taught me about an aspect of womanhood that a lot of people don't get to see, and they were awesome human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you learned a lot of
Oh,
good lessons.
God! And I didn't realize how much I was learning at the time,
I bet you didn't.
and I didn't like it much, but I sure like it now.
Well, we're talking today about things to unlearn. And we've got lots more for all of us to consider. That's today, right here on Strategies. Glad you're with us. Things to unlearn. More coming back.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies for living radio.
And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, Jay Murrell, David McMillan. Most often we think about, our minds think naturally about, oh, I need to learn that. I need to learn this. But what about the things that we need to unlearn? Turns out there's lots of them. And
Jay brought us a good list of them.
Jay brought us
You know,
a
I
list.
try.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You do good. Okay, so let's dive in because we got a lot of these. I don't know that we'll get to all of them, but there's a lot of them on this list.
Oh, I might have to have Jay back and keep talking.
Absolutely.
Oh, can I come back?
Of course.
Okay.
Anytime, open door. Here's something to unlearn, that alignment always feels comfortable at first.
I don't know, David. Help me out with that.
Okay, so I'm going to go where you work most often. Alignment. When when somebody decides, when somebody makes the decision to do a first step, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're beginning the process, and if you look at the 12 steps, they're an elegant source of alignment.
True.
It doesn't matter if you don't have an addiction. It doesn't matter. The
12 steps are for everyone.
They will help you. Because what they do is they get your life in alignment.
Okay. I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
But whenever we make significant changes, it's uncomfortable. Change is not a comfortable thing.
I hate it.
Yeah. Most of us do.
Yeah,
Most of us
okay.
do. And most of us, when we're in the process of change, and I know you see this with your clients, Lauren, you see it the same with your clients, people will go 2 steps forward, 1 back, 3 forward, 3 back,
Sure.
1 forward, a half back. Yeah, and so we oftentimes, sometimes in that process, start to beat ourselves up. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this fast enough. I'm not getting this like Jay wants me to get it. But we've got to step back and consider, okay, where were you when you began?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you now? And even though there's been some setbacks, look at the progress. too often times we don't do that. That's the process. Alignment is that process.
I like it.
Yeah. And you know, it's not comfortable.
And we often have values that we say we value, but you know, to be in alignment with those values is something different than saying we value that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when you become more conscious about becoming more in alignment with what you value, making those steps often is uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about the process of setting a boundary, right? People often feel great discomfort or even guilt, right, when they first start setting boundaries. But that discomfort doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's new.
And it doesn't mean that it's unhealthy for you. It may be the healthiest thing you've done this year.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of people, hopefully to some extent, when we talk on the show, they might feel discomfort.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's because sometimes that discomfort is just a signal of stretching.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, challenging structures that aren't working too well anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, again, this kind of goes back to one we've already talked about earlier, but change is the natural process of life.
Sure.
You know, if you're not changing,
You're dying.
you may be dead.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah,
the only organism that absolutely doesn't change is dead.
Mm-hmm.
What is a natural part of life is change. When you wake up every day at a cellular level,
You're a new person.
you're different from yesterday. It may be slight, and what is it, Lauren? You're the scientist.
7 years.
Every 7 years, every
all of the
cell
cell
in
has
our
been
body is different from, you know, it's a
7
7-year
ago.
process.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And it doesn't happen all at one time, obviously.
Oh, I mean,
but
like you said,
yeah.
each morning some cells have died, and some new cells are being born.
Yeah.
All the time.
Another thing to unlearn is that resilience means never needing support.
Hold my beer. I can do this.
All right. I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Pass it over here.
Yeah. That's if people that come into recovery, it doesn't matter what their drug of choice is. If they want to still be clean and sober a year from now, it's very rare that they make it unless they start hanging around people who have a similar background.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And, you know, that's the neat thing.
And they can't do it alone.
That's the point.
Yeah.
You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
The cool thing about recovery and recovery groups, and
You like group work.
I really
like
do,
group
is
work.
that you hear people tell your story.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so there's this universal quality of open and honest disclosure that people go, wow, I'm really not crazy. That guy feels the same way I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought, wow, he's telling my story. That's
Never
huge.
never thought there was somebody in the
Yeah,
world.
I thought I
that-
was alone.
Yeah, exactly. And being alone is a lonely place
It is, yeah.
to be. That certainty is the same as wisdom.
Usually wrong, but never in doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many conversations do we have
So many.
with clients who, you know, part of us wants to change. There's another part of us that fights against change.
Because it challenges your ego and all sorts of other things.
And
This
it
is
can
who
be-
I am.
it
What do you
can be-
mean I
yeah.
got to change?
It can be uncomfortable to make that change, and yet, I mean, this one is so very true. Our ego self wants to sell us that an idea of certainty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. I
you
think-
can be certain about this.
Yeah. Well, and more often than not, wisdom actually more often comes in the form of mystery and paradox rather than certainty.
Yeah.
And I think if we are able to really grapple with the idea that, you were talking about this earlier, where everything's always changing, and so there's nothing ever going to be certain.
Right.
Right. And so on a physical and a mental and emotional level, there is no certainty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's about being able to center yourself and flow with the
But
uncertainty.
people want certainty.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we get back to control. And
Yep.
so,
Yeah.
things change.
Yeah.
And I think I think, Jay, you can attest to this. When someone goes through the 12 steps, would you say that they build a level of, I'm not going to use the word certainty, but it's a level of stability in spirit or source or the God that they call God?
Well, you know,
Is
you
that
mentioned
sort of the
yeah.
idea?
Well, you mentioned Carl Jung, and so the 12 steps are basically track Jung's approach to psychotherapy and the human spirit. And so the first thing you do is get rid of that big bag of things you're pulling around that you're ashamed of and you wish you hadn't done and all that, you know, in the fourth step.
Right.
Facing the shadow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the shadow is, and you know this better than me, Lauren, you could say it better, but the shadow is who, all that stuff that we've come to the present moment with.
The other way that I look at the shadow sometimes, Jay, is the idea that if there is a shadow, what that means is there's light behind me.
Okay,
And
I'll go with that.
it brings me back kind of to the idea that I go before you always.
You mean there's light in front of us if there's a shadow?
Well, it'd have to be behind us if I'm seeing my own
Oh,
shadow.
yeah, out in
Make
front, you
sense?
mean? Okay.
I mean, that's the way I'm thinking about it. Either way,
But
whatever
you could,
direction.
you could argue it either way.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're saying the same.
But what that means is that there's light, and I get to play with this shadow.
Okay.
And so the certainty is in the light,
Yeah.
and I get to make the shadow.
And instead of getting caught up in the shadow part, know that the light is
right.
there.
So instead of being afraid of the shadow, recognize that the shadow means
There's light.
that there's light with me always.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Here's another good one. That devotion requires self-abandonment. What did we hit a chord there?
That's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah. And the reason it's the exact opposite is the way that we are constantly to grow. We are an integrative and adaptive process.
Again, I think we're confusing the level of spirit and ego.
Yep. I think
Right?
you're right.
I mean,
yeah.
because it takes me.
And we do that even in churches and religious
yeah, because I'm
organizations.
thinking of the Beatitudes, right?
Yeah.
Because it was maybe the first one, if not one of the first.
Blessed are the poor in
That's
spirit, for the kingdom of heaven
Right.
is theirs.
And so we translate that often as self-abandonment.
Right.
But what it means is to clean up, I think, this is my opinion, I think what he's asking us to do there is to clean up the ego stories.
I'm pretty sure that's what Jesus is asking us to do.
Yeah, the poor in spirit are those who have been able to collectively look at the stories of the ego and clean that up.
Yep.
So that you can see the light better. Back to the idea of the shadow and the light, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing to unlearn, that awakening eliminates challenges. Oh, jeez. Okay, so let me go to this one with you, Jay, especially in working with people, and I know you have to talk. You have to talk with your clients, particularly over time, because people can get very, very enthused about the positive changes they've made in their life.
The pink cloud.
Early on in recovery.
The pink cloud?
The pink cloud.
I love it. Okay.
And then they have to be reminded, okay, now wait, just because you've made a good, healthy decision here and you're on track and you're staying on track,
There's still going to be challenges.
life is still going to be life, right? Yep. And you're still going to get triggered.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just say that your drug of choice is alcohol. You know, you're going to be watching a football game and there's going to be a cajillion beer commercials and a couple of, couple of bourbon commercials that come on, you know, and then you're going to get in your car to go get a loaf of bread and there's going to be a big billboard, you know, triggers are all over the place.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's just a minor example.
Yeah, well, what happens is the pink cloud, everything's great. You feel a new resilience and a new life dawning, and then something happens that's really challenging. And what did you do before to calm yourself down and to feel better?
Yeah,
you picked up.
You know,
So it's about
when you begin to lose track of time, you know things are going well.
Yeah.
And
We blew through that break. Huh?
Man, we'll be back though. Got more strategies to come.
Great.
Stay with us.
Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul align. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio Rehab.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies, strategies, strategies for living radio.
And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, Jay Murrell, David McMillan. Long list today. We're not going to get to all of them, but talking today about things to unlearn. Looking at this list, do you have a particular one that if I gave you some asterisks that you would use your asterisks?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I just, this is just first rattle out of the box, number 11, that attention from others defines your value. That's something that Lauren and I were kind of talking about something we learned real early in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that blocks us off from a lot of opportunities for development, huh, Lauren?
Sure.
How do you see it?
Yeah.
I'm tossing the ball over to you.
My arms are up. No, yeah, I think early on, most of us actually are taught some version of a conditional love, right? That I have to perform,
Right.
or I have to be a certain way, and I have to
be
hide,
loved,
and I have to hide certain aspects of myself.
Yeah.
And
To stay loved.
yeah, and you were talking about Jung. That leads into the entire process of Jungian shadow work, right? Is being able, and it also relates to what I talk about if we're talking about internal family systems, right? It's about retrieving, finding the exiles, which are just the shadow parts, the parts of you that you felt like for your safety and growth and development, you had to tuck away, shut down, shove down, put into exile.
Right.
But more often than not, it is those very things, those very aspects of self that you've put into exile that can uncover your gift and your contribution to the world, right? And so in order to do that, we have to move through this process of this frightening process, right, of shifting from, looking outside to looking inside.
Yeah.
And to
The
find
kingdom
to
is within.
giving ourself the attention and finding our own
Yeah, who am I really? I'm not that person that that mask I wear to the world. That's some good work that we can do in the rooms, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We've touched on this next one already, but this puts it very, very well into language. Healing follows a predictable timeline.
Wrong.
We need to unlearn that.
No,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
times do, and I don't know how you stand on this, and I'm not asking, but, there are some old heads in the recovery movement that say, you're really not in recovery until you go into recovery, fall off, and decide to get back.
No, that's total BS. I don't know where you heard that.
Tell
but
me,
that's dumb.
talk to me. Tell me about
Well,
this.
I mean, because first of all, you don't have to go out and do postgraduate work.
Right.
I'm grace of God, I got one sobriety date, and it's the only one I've got.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Some people are still thirsty, though.
Right.
Okay, and so it's kind
And
of
if you do fall off, it's okay to get back on.
and boy, it's hard.
And it's hard.
People that come back in after a relapse are very courageous individuals.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard.
Yeah.
And
And so you can ask yourself, why do I want to make it that hard on myself?
yeah. So do 17, David.
Do 17?
Yeah.
Okay. That, what you fear disappears by avoiding it.
Now everybody should understand that's really stupid.
Yeah, but we don't because we
But we do it.
We do
We
it.
do it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have any money, so I'm not going to open any of these bills.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so they won't
Denial
exist.
ain't a river, just a river in Egypt,
It's
right?
not a river in Egypt.
Well, and again, Jung, right? What we resist persists and grows larger.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, the truth of the matter, to follow your example, is okay, a lot of people get into financial hurt, but you're not doing yourself any favors. I mean, you open the bills, face what's there. You know, here's the truth. If the truth is that if you owe X amount of dollars to a credit card company, or you open your SWEPCO bill and man, that blows me away. I'm just picking on those two. If you pick up the phone
And call them. Hey, man, I can't pay this right
They
now.
will help you.
Usually 100% of the time.
Yeah. And generally, many places, I know SWEPCO does, they have plans that, okay, well, we could do this, or we can do this, or we can do that. How would you like us to help
That's
you?
an elegant example because it actually works across the board, not
Yeah.
just with money, right? So
Yeah.
with anything that you're afraid of, the first step
Face it.
is to face it, to speak it out loud and seek help because you're not alone.
Because the most deadly sin is pride, right? And if we don't seek help because we don't want to admit that, I don't know, get over yourself. It's going to be all right.
The strongest part of you never feels. We need to unlearn that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the path forward for humanity is through feeling. I think it's one of our greatest untapped gifts. And we just don't know how to move into it. Again, it kind of ties into the last one. I think for so many people, certain feelings are so overwhelming and so they evoke fear and overwhelm that we shove it down or ignore it or
Right.
avoid it.
Right.
When actually I think our greatest path forward and the connectivity, one of the biggest connectors between us as humans is the way we feel. I mean, do you see that in group?
Because, well, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
because our feelings drive our behavior,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And so if our feelings, and so we really maybe need to look at why we're feeling the way we're feeling. Maybe it's not really the way things are.
Yeah.
Mm.
Patience is the same as waiting. That's something we need to unlearn. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What's patience?
yeah.
Well, if it's not wait, I think a lot of people think of it as waiting, and I had to think about this one for a minute. But it kind of makes me think of planting a garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you just waited, if you just put the seeds in and waited, you may or may not get plants or flowers or fruit or whatever it is you planted.
Yeah. In other words, if you just plant it and don't tend to it.
Right. So the patience part is sometimes constant maintenance.
Maintenance and tending to.
Right. Without getting so, frustrated that you have to dig up the seed and see what it's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I think,
So patience is a process, then, is what you're saying.
yeah.
And it's not just waiting. It's just not hanging around.
No, it's a sort of devotion.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
that. Things that we need to unlearn. We usually think of things that we need to learn. I got to do this. I got to learn that. I got to learn this. But there's some things that we need to unlearn. Jay brought a list today, and man,
It's a good
Jay,
list.
good stuff.
Thanks.
Do the best I can.
There you go.
Well, it's pretty good.
Folks, we'll be back to wrap up here on Strategies for a Living. We may even invite Jay back. I think that's going to happen.
I'll shower next time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a deal. We'll be back. And welcome back in. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren, Leon McMillan, Jay Murrell, David McMillan. Welcome back to Strategies. easiest part of the program for me because I've got two esteemed professionals in the room. So I can just sit back and say, Lauren, Jay, what's your takeaway from today?
Well, I mean, these are good hacks for life. You know, unlearn these things, and gee, life's going to get easier.
Okay.
And you know, if you want the list, go to my Facebook page. It's
There you go.
There you go. That should be easy enough for people to do.
Yeah.
The other thing that strikes me is that a lot of these things that we, quote unquote, need to unlearn, and it would be healthy to do so, we learned out of a goodness, like of a need to protect or to keep us safe.
Well, yeah.
And so to have
Sure.
sympathy, to have compassion for that part of us that learned it in the first place,
Sure.
Yeah.
but also the willingness to look at, okay, is this serving me now? Or
Is
not?
this working for me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, there were things, think about development growing up.
Mm-hmm.
There were things, you know, when you were learning to walk that kept you safe.
Yes.
That don't work anymore.
And, well, yeah, and would hold us back today if we still do those things. And so there's a lot of those kind of things in our lives.
I
to
think
take a
that's
look at.
totally true. And life's a journey, and as long as we're moving forward, sometimes it requires examination of things that don't work anymore, and here are a bunch of them. And we're in pursuit of our authentic selves.
Absolutely. Jay Murrell, thank you so much.
You bet.
Good
Thank
to have you
Good to
back.
be here.
Look forward to the next time. Lauren, thank you. Folks, thank you for tuning into Strategies for Living. And we appreciate our sponsors who make it all possible. The Robinson Film Center and Azalea Cleaners and Pintail Roofing.
Roof.
There they go. Restore Healing. Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Muffy. SRT Sales Training. Uprising Addiction Center. And Mira Direct Primary Care. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call to make, who would you call? And what would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Lauren Leon McMillan, for Jay Murrell, I'm David McMillan. We'll see you next time right here on Strategies for Living.